So good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. It's great to see you, and particularly thank you to all our guest speakers today that we're very much looking forward to hearing from. Before we get started, a couple of quick bits of housekeeping. So first of all, my name's Beth. I am from Reverse Rett, and I also have a daughter with Rett syndrome. I'm hosting today's session. We are recording the session so that people can watch it later, and we would ask, if possible, to have cameras on. Obviously, if you've got the need to have some privacy in the background, totally understand, but if you can pop cameras on whenever possible, that would be great, just for everybody's safety and security. Also, if you could stay muted while you're not talking to minimize background interference, that would be brilliant. And because we've got so much information to get through, we are asking, we'll do a Q&A right at the end when all our speakers have presented. If you have a question as we go along, feel free to raise the digital hand so that we know at the end that you wanted to say something, or you can pop into the chat box. If you just put your name and the charity that you'd like to ask a question to, we'll then know to come to you at the end. If you are not able to stay right until the end and would like to ask a question, feel free to put your question into the chat box. We'll ask it on your behalf, and then you'll be able to watch it on the recording later. So we'll try and get started. You can see on the screen that all our charities have got their name and their organisation listed, so you can see who everyone is. But just to very quickly go through them, we've got, if you give us a wave, we've got Kirsty representing Brick House Cottages, we've got Kaylee for Cordwell Children, we've got Emily for Dreams Come True, we've got Elaine representing Family Fund, Emma for Make a Wish, Julie with Rett UK, Gabriella for Variety. We also, hi everybody, we also have Cerebra will be represented. Their representative went on holiday this morning, so he has very kindly done us a pre-recorded section which we'll play for you. And we have somebody from the Willow Foundation joining us a little bit later on. So there's a lot to get through, so I think we should get started. We're doing this alphabetically. So,
sorry, I'm just going to interrupt you, Beth. I'm turning my camera off because I am a parent, but I'm at work, and obviously I'm grooming dogs.
Yeah.
So I'm multitasking, and it's a distraction.
That's
I'll
no
turn it off now.
Thanks, Katie. Good to have you joining us. So we are going to go over to Kirsty to kick us off from Brick House Cottages.
Hi Beth. Okay, I've got some slides. Am I okay to just share my screen?
Yep, you should be a co-host, so you should be able to share your screen.
Can everyone see that?
Yes.
No good. Okay, so hi, I'm Kirsty. I have been working at Brick House Cottages for a couple of years now. I am a little bit of an offshoot of family as well, so I have been around since the beginning. Basically, we're not a charity. We are a business, but we're a small family-run business. Ian and Sue are owners. Their youngest daughter was hit by a car, and she suffered life-altering brain injury. And when she came out of hospital and she was doing a rehab, we found nowhere for disabled kids to go. They really struggled as parents. Sue felt very much like she was a carer and not mum. So Brick House Cottages kind of appeared out of this. So we have 12 fully accessible holiday cottages that surround our fishing lake. I'm just going to flip the page. Every one of the cottages has a ceiling track hoist in one of the bedrooms. Most of them have profile beds as standard. A few of them have electric beds in them. They all have wet rooms, and we can put shower trolleys in, shower commode chairs, things like that to just to make your stay as easy as possible. A couple of pictures there of our cottages. You can see like the tracking hoist goes straight through into the wet room, just makes life a little bit easier for everyone. One of our cottages is a 5-bedroom cottage which has 2 accessible bedrooms, and that ceiling track hoist actually goes into a bath, which is amazing. 9 of the 12 have accessible hot tubs. We've tracking hoists over the top that we have a clip-on portable hoist. You can get kids in and out of, with an adult even, in and out of the hot tub with ease. And then a couple of years ago, coming up to 2 years ago, there's our hot tubs. 3 years ago, we opened our Lakeside hub. And in this hub, we have our hydrotherapy pool. We have a sensory room upstairs, an activity room upstairs too, and we have a fully licensed bistro. So everything that we do is with accessibility at the front of our minds. In our bistro, we will blend food if it needs to be blended to whatever consistency you ask for. There's big spaces between tables so chairs can get in and about without feeling like they're in the way, which I know a lot of people have felt. We can raise our tables too, which accommodates larger wheelchairs. Our hydrotherapy pool, you can see from the top right picture, it has a ceiling track hoist that goes right over the top of the pool. You can drop you at any point in the pool, and it goes straight through into our accessible changing rooms too. Upstairs in our sensory room, there's some really pretty pictures of some guests using our sensory room. This is a new addition. It's only been in not quite a year, but it's the most amazing, relaxing place. It's quite nice to just go. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I suffer from anxiety, and going in there relaxes me so much. Just the lights and things, it's lovely. So we've got that room, and then you can see our mural that's on our activity room. It's been painted by a local artist, and it's got lots of local wildlife. So the idea is to get craft sessions and activity sessions upstairs, spot all the animals on the mural, and then be able to go out into our gorgeous countryside and see them there. So like I said, everything we do is very much disability and accessible friendly. We have portable hoists and large bean bags. So for our movie nights, you can get out of the chair and get into this big bean bag and be fully supported. We have quiz nights as well, because again, being a teenager in a chair means we can't go to normal pubs and things sometimes. It feels a bit awkward. It's just part of who we are. It's fine. Be who you are, no judgment. It's very open and welcoming. All of our staff are amazing, and we will make any stay here as comfortable as we can. Another bit that I'd just like to point out is we were very good at speaking with deputies or case managers or even charities about getting funding for your stay. I know that's a big part. You see disability and people just add price on, and it's horrible. We do feel that our prices are competitive with any other self-catering accommodation. Our smallest cottage during the winter starts at £440, up to our largest cottage in the height of summer, which is just under £2,500 for a week. Both those days are for weeks. It is kind of in the bracket. We've marketed ourselves along the lines of self-catering accommodation. The fact that we're accessible friendly to us is a plus point, not a pay for point. So I understand that obviously money's tight for everyone, but we will work with whatever charity, deputies, local authorities and things to be able to get as much help with you as possible. I think that's me said everything. I'd probably talked really too quickly, but I hope everything's all right. And yeah, if you've got any questions, please let us know.
Thank you, Kirsty. I think that's really helpful. And I know I've said I'm going to leave questions till the end, but 2 immediate quick questions. I think there'll be quick answers. One is, I might have missed this right at the beginning, but could you just say again where you're based, where the cottages are?
Just outside of Blackpool, so it's in a little village called Hambleton, and it's about 15-20 minutes away from Blackpool.
Perfect. And also a question I was going to ask, but Andrew has also just put in the chat box. Is there any upper age limit to, or any criteria at all in terms of who can come?
That's the big part about what we do. Anyone's welcome.
Okay.
Whether you have people with disabilities coming with you, whether you don't, everyone is welcome. And the idea is that if you have a disability, it's not an issue. There's no judgment. You can come, you can be here. We just want people to all feel inclusive. And that's it is, to us, it's everything we do. And it's really hard to explain unless you have a person with disability to understand that. It is everything we do. We just want everyone to be happy and enjoy themselves. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you. I'm sure I'm speaking for other parents when I say that it's quite hard to find places like that where, and also sometimes places say that they are accessible and then you turn up and they're not.
We've heard some horror stories, so we do as much as we can to make stays as easy and comfortable for everyone as possible. Yeah,
that's fantastic. I'll just say to everybody that I will put in a follow-up email, I will put the links to all the charities' websites so that you can go on, have a look and follow up anything that you didn't get answers to. I'll just quickly throw in this question from Shona since she's put it here. Do you have any beds with higher sides, as her daughter can climb out of normal hospital beds? So beds are always an issue when they go away, so higher than a hospital bed.
Our profile beds have all got hospital bed sides. We have been asked that before. What we do is we put a profile bed up against the wall at one side, and we can get something in to kind of lay at the other side. It's not a fixed thing, but like I said, we will work with you to make it as easy as possible. So it might take a little bit of communication, but yeah, we can sort something out for you. Absolutely.
Okay, great. That's brilliant. Thank you, Kirsty. Okay, we will move on to Caldwell Children, and that is Kaylee.
Hi everyone. So my name's Kaylee Jervis. I'm from Caldwell Children, and I'm the Warm Homes Manager at Caldwell Children. So I'm going to do a little presentation about warm homes, but Caldwell Children is a huge charity, so we do offer other services as well. So at the end of the presentation, there'll be a little section on other services we offer. If you've got any questions about the other services that you say, just please send me an email and I'll be happy to help in regards to that. I'm just going to share my screen now. I'm hoping that you can all see. So like I say, I run the Warm Homes programme. So it's all about helping families that have disabled children make their homes warm, energy efficient, and really making sure that families are making the most out of their finances. As you can imagine, at the moment, we're really prevalent. We're really busy because lots of families, it's on lots of families' agendas at the moment. Even families that don't have children with disabilities are struggling. Everybody is struggling, I think, at the moment with the high prices of energy at the minute. So it is a really popular programme. In terms of our eligibility criteria, so we accept families that have children with a registered disability. There's only one exception to that, and that's families that are awaiting an autism assessment. So if families are awaiting an autism diagnosis, they can still be accepted onto our programme. That is the only exception in terms of not having an official registered diagnosis or disability. So children have to be under the age of 19 years of age, and families have to live in the 3 areas that we cover. So that's the North West, East Midlands and West Midlands. So it is quite a large geographical area, but at the moment those are the 3 kind of target areas that we work with. So Keele University is where we are based, so that's kind of in the centre of those areas, so that's where we work kind of within our locality. Our programme isn't means tested to be accepted onto the Caldwell programme, but we do work with a partner that's called Ariga, and they do means tests with the families. So they do lots of kind of funding applications. So I'll speak a little bit about that in a moment. So in terms of how families apply to our Warm Homes scheme, so we ask families to fill out the online form, which is on our Caldwell Children website. Once families have filled out that online form, so it just asks a few kind of basic questions about family's address, disability, email address, just quite basic information on that form. It only takes a couple of moments to fill out. That then triggers an initial call to be made by one of the team members. And within that initial call, we assess what needs the family has and what support we can offer them. So we have 3 tiers of support that we can offer families. So following on from that initial call, we'll send out the families a baseline assessment, and that's more of a detailed assessment about kind of family situation, and how families doing, what help, support and goals they would like to gain out of our programme. Once families return that assessment, we are currently working on a 4 to 6 week waiting list, and that's to be allocated to one of our disability energy champions. Once they're allocated to one of our champions, we start the process then of the 3 tiers of support we think that's appropriate to that family. So the first tier of support we offer is something that we've launched quite recently, which is energy efficiency workshops. So these have been really, really popular with families. We've already run a couple of these and we've had lots of families attend. So within the workshops, we offer low-level energy tips and tricks around the home, information about kind of things like damp, condensation, mould. There's quite a big section on how you can read kind of gas meters, electricity meters, and also making sure we're ensuring our bills are correct as well. There's also a section at the end about the April energy price cap. I know that's kind of been and gone now, but we're still giving families information on that because families still are unsure on what that really means. So there's information on that, and there's also information on grants and trust funds that are available. So we do have the following dates available for workshops on the right-hand side. We are adding dates continuously. We've launched a weekend workshop. Originally they were just weekdays, but some feedback we received that obviously some families couldn't make weekday ones and that weekend dates would be preferable as well. So we have launched a Saturday workshop that is in May. So depending on kind of the uptake and how popular that is, we will probably add some more weekend dates as well. So that's kind of the first tier of support that we offer. The second tier of support is our family support. So this doesn't have to be based around energy. This can be any family support that families need. And we provide 6 sessions of family support. So the sessions are 1-hour sessions, and it's all done virtually. So it's all done either Zoom, Teams, or we can also do telephone calls if families prefer that. So we allocate a disability energy champion, and they arrange then with the family a convenient appointment time, and we go through lots of things with the families. So the first call usually consists of what we call an energy survey. So we run through kind of the home, how we can help them in that way, and then usually sessions 2 to 6 then are all around that family support. We don't have a set agenda, we don't have a set plan in terms of family support. We work with every family individually. So we create tailored plans for each family, so it's all dependent on each individual family needs. And that's something that really kind of sets us aside to other kind of agencies we've come across, that we don't have that plan that we work towards. It's all tailored around that family's needs and individual needs. So the third tier of support is through our partner company, Ariga. So following on when they're allocated to one of our champions, if the family require any financial support, that's when we then make a free referral through to our company called Ariga. So Ariga then contact the family and they deal with the family directly. Ariga can offer a whole host of things, so they make sure the families are claiming all of the benefits they're entitled to. They do money management tips and budgeting tips with families. They help support with Blue Badge and Buzz Pass applications. They help with utility bill arrears. They help with lots of different things for families in that kind of area. And they can also help with kind of essential household goods as well, such as fridges, freezers, cookers and beds. So they offer really, really practical support as well. We also state that obviously if Ariga, for whatever reason, can't help sourcing that, we have our in-house family support teams. So we can then complete research on behalf of families as well. If it is a particular thing that we aren't able to get funding for, we can then also signpost families on. So this is an example of a family that came through to ourselves through our scheme. So the family applied to the Warm Home Service. We helped them apply for funding for a double pushchair for the family. We provided them with a new washing machine and also helped them apply for disability living allowance. We supported the family with the EHCP plan and we secured a place for their eldest child. We also supported to find visual aids for the family and helped with kind of communication techniques for the eldest child. And we also put them in touch with Autism West Midlands that help provide more of a long-term support for that family. So that family were £3,042 better off after coming through to our service. And on average over the last quarter, families that came through to our Ariga service were on average £1,600 better off. So there's a whole host of things that we can help families with in terms of that. So not only Cordwell Children not only offers the Warm Homes projects, we also offer a whole host of variety of services. I could sit here all day and talk about all the different franchise and projects that we have running. We have the autism assessments that we run in-house. So we have an International Children's Centre based at Keele University, and we complete all of our autism assessments there. We also offer Get Sensory packs. So we have packs for children aged 0 to 3, and we have packs for children aged 3 to 18 as well. So there's a whole host of sensory items within those packs. We offer travel sensory packs. So they have kind of smaller items, and then we offer more larger items where families can create kind of sensory rooms within their home. So they have kind of dark dens and things like that that are much larger items. We also have a family services department. So they help any families with signposting. If families have children over the age of kind of 18, we can help them signpost up the charities and they will complete the research on behalf of families. We have an employment services section of Cordwell Children. So that's all focused on young people aged over 16, helping them get into the working environment. And we're currently running a digital skills programme at the moment with young people, helping them prepare for kind of the working world. We also offer short breaks. So we offer short breaks in Staffordshire and Cheshire. So that's for families that have children that have a registered disability. They can access those short breaks. We run them from the International Children's Centre, and we also run them at various different venues as well throughout Staffordshire and Cheshire. We also have kind of holiday clubs, so Easter at the moment, and we've done lots of holiday clubs at the Children's Centre over Easter, and it's just, it is so much fun. A lot of the staff get involved. I go down and get involved myself. It's so much fun seeing the young people. We have sensory gardens here. We have sensory rooms. The building was a purpose-built building for autism and children that have autism. So it's fantastic. The children have such a fabulous time when they're here. And we also offer family workshops as well. So we appreciate that support and help is needed after diagnosis as well. So we offer workshops to families to try and navigate through that diagnosis period, and kind of help with family life in that terms as well. So there's lots and lots of things that Cordwell offer. It's quite hard to fit it into 10 minutes. But yeah, like I say, if you've got any questions or anything in terms of any of the other services we offer, questions in regards to warm homes, that's my email address there. I will pop it in the chat as well. So like you say, you're more than welcome to email myself or email into our warm homes team. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Kaylee. That was really comprehensive and incredibly helpful. I know there'll be a lot of parents who are very interested in several of those services.
Yeah.
Also, lots of us wishing that you covered a larger area.
Yeah.
You must get the question, are there equivalent charities doing kind of what you do in other areas? Or
yeah, there is, not to kind of the extent of the programme that we offer, obviously, because we offer those 3 tiers of support. So there's other charities such as Scope, they offer a lot of family support, but I think that kind of the workshops that we've recently launched really sets us aside from other charities. Just a note on that, that if families reside outside of those 3 areas, they can still attend one of our workshops. It's just the family support and the Awega support that they can't gain, unfortunately. We are always looking at putting new bids in as well. So we're hoping that we can expand those regions with new bids going in continuously. The project's been very successful. The feedback we've received has been phenomenal. So hopefully we will be extending at some point, but as of yet, we are only covering those 3 areas.
Okay, I mean, as you said, I think that's the warm home scheme is amazing, particularly given current circumstances.
Yeah.
So I imagine we will get some questions, but in the interest of time, we'll move on, but we will
perfect. Yeah.
field those questions to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Kaylee. That was brilliant. Our next speaker is actually pre-recorded. So this is Derek, who has pre-recorded something. He's representing Cerebra. So Wesley's going to share that with us now. Preferably with sound, if we can.
Is the next best thing in order to give you some.
There we go.
Hello everyone, I'm Derek Spinks, Marketing and Communications Manager at Cerebra, and first of all I'd like to say how sorry I am that I'm not able to be there with you all today. I hope being able to come to you via the powers of modern technology is the next best thing in order to give you some background into the charity Cerebra, but also what we do and how you can access our services. So, first of all, who are Cerebra? Well, we're a national charity that helps children living with a brain condition and their families to discover a better life together. We work closely with families to find out where help is most needed and fund the relevant research to provide health and social care advice and support for the whole family. In the UK today, there are around 500,000 children and young people with brain conditions that result in complex medical, educational, and social support needs. By brain condition, we mean any neurodevelopmental condition that affects the developing brain. These include those caused by illness, genetics, or traumatic injury. Brain conditions include, but are not limited to, autism, ADHD, Down syndrome, learning disabilities, cerebral palsy, epilepsy, and developmental delay. So far, we've been able to support some 50,000 children and their families across the country. So we work with families, academics and practitioners to fund life-changing research and then share these findings in a way families can use. Through a network of universities, we support research into pregnancy, mental health, family research, complex disorders and rare genetic conditions, sleep, legal entitlements, and creative design. Our approach aims to reduce the prevalence of preventable disabling conditions, but also to empower families and carers, providing them with the knowledge and support needed to face their daily challenges. So let's take a look in more detail at those areas of research and the support services we offer. First of all, pregnancy, where research is carried out at the University of Leeds and also the University of Barcelona. For 1 in 5 mothers, unexpected complications can occur during pregnancy, and these are a major cause of childhood disability. We work to understand the causes of these complications and, where possible, intervene to remove or minimize the impact of the condition on the child. In terms of mental health, we have a knowledge transfer partnership project with Cardiff University. Now, research shows that children with genetic disorders that affect their development are much more vulnerable to psychiatric problems. We've partnered with Cardiff University on a new project to improve services for families of children with debilitating brain disorders and to help parents access mental health services for their children. Family research is carried out at the University of Warwick, where we work to understand the behaviour of children with intellectual disability, autism and genetic disorders, and how to better support the family. We then use this knowledge to influence public policy. And then there's our research into complex disorders and rare genetic conditions. This is in collaboration with an academic team from 4 leading institutions, which forms the Cerebra Network for Neurodevelopmental Disorders. This network aims to improve the lives of children with rare genetic syndromes and other neurodevelopmental conditions associated with intellectual disability and their families by improving the evidence that underpins better assessment and interventions and leads to improved outcomes for these children and their families. Now, everything I've mentioned there involves working together with children and families and other professionals to develop our knowledge and be able to provide research-driven, high-quality health and social care advice and support for children and their families. So what does this advice and support look like? Well, first of all, we have a vast range of parent guides available on our website, www.cerebra.org.uk, from physical and mental health, dealing with social services, financial and legal affairs and education. All our guides offer expert advice on issues many families are facing. We also provide sleep support. Now, sleep disorders are problematic, not just for children, but for the whole family, particularly if a child has autism, intellectual disability, or a rare genetic condition. We work to understand why these problems occur and then intervene to help families get a better night's sleep. We've developed sleep workshops and deliver these to families online and around the UK by our skilled sleep practitioners. The sleep section of our website allows you to download guides, find out about upcoming sleep seminars, but also to contact our sleep practitioners, where they offer one-to-one telephone support. Then there's our legal entitlement service. This is where we help families to understand their legal rights and support them in accessing the support services they are entitled to. Public bodies in the UK have certain duties to provide health, social care and other services for disabled children. Our Legal Entitlements and Problem Solving Project, or LEAP, helps parents and carers get the right legal support for their child if they're having difficulties accessing the right services. We ask parents and carers to firstly look at our project guidelines in the LEAP section of our website to see whether they're eligible for help, and then it's just a case of filling out an online request form. We also have a wonderful creative design team at our Cerebra Innovation Centre in Swansea. They take requests from families to make not only functional, but also beautiful products for their children, reducing the stigma associated with disability by allowing them to take part in the activities that other children can take for granted. From creating writing slopes to surfboards and even affixing a ball launcher to a child's wheelchair so that they can play fetch with their beloved dog, the Innovation Centre helps to break down barriers. Again, all the information is on our website and you can contact the Innovation Centre team direct to talk about the challenges you and your child may be facing. And last but in no way least, there's our lending and ebook library full of stories for children and information for parents. There's also the sensory toy library to help children with their sensory needs to support both learning and playing. Whether the child is sensory seeking or sensory sensitive, we have a kit that's suitable. We also have soft play toys and communication aids. Plus, if a child is learning about cause and effect or has limited mobility, we have switch toys. These toys are delivered and collected by courier, which we arrange for you. Again, all this information is on our website. And so they are the services and the support that we can provide, and all of this is provided free of charge. I hope this has been useful. And if you'd like to get hold of me with any questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. You can drop me an email at dereks@cerebra.org.uk. That's DEREKS@cerebra.org.uk. Or if you'd like to contact Bethan, she'll be able to forward any queries to me. Thank you again, and enjoy the rest of your sessions and have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Okay, so that was Derek. We can't ask him questions directly because he's on a plane somewhere now, but as he said, you can send him questions directly to his email, or you can send them through me and I will forward them on to him. I think some of those final services as well that he mentioned quite briefly were definitely of interest, loaning equipment, sensory toys, etc., legal help, all potentially very useful to our families. So please do send any questions in to us about those. We will move on then to Emily from Dreams Come True. Hi, Emily.
Hi, great, thank you so much. I will do the same thing and share my screen with you all, so bear with me. Hopefully this is working. Oh, mine's not working. I'm hoping yours is.
We can see that.
Oh, perfect, lovely. Oh gosh, sorry, I'm confused, not loving it at the moment. Let's move you over here. Spoiler alert for the presentation we've got coming up. There we go, lovely. So as I mentioned, so from Dreams Come True, my name's Emily. I'm the Dreams Manager at the team, and I've been with the charity for just about 3 years. So this is just a bit of a run through about the services we offer and who we are and what we do. Can you, if I minimize that, is that in the way for anyone? Let me see if that helps. There we go. So Dreams Come True is a wish granting charity, and hopefully through this short presentation you'll get an idea of how you can apply for a dream and the types of dreams we offer. So primarily we work with children who have it tough. We enable children and young people with serious and life-limiting medical conditions to feel the long-term impact of having a dream fulfilled. So our mantra as a charity is to help those families who need it the most, and that also includes those families not being able to afford the dreams we can provide by themselves. So we focus on fulfilling the dreams that make the biggest difference to their day-to-day lives, and we work with professionals for all of our dream referrals to ensure that those children who need us most access that support, and we bring joy to children living in challenging circumstances. So who is that? So we always try to look for reasons to say yes, and we will do our best to accept as many applications as possible. But we are a relatively small charity, even though we've been going for over 30 years. So we do have to be mindful of accepting dreams only within our criteria. If we can't help for any reason, and whether that's because of age, location, or medical condition, we will always try and signpost to another organisation who might be able to help. So our medical criteria, first of all, we support children living with a disability, a serious illness, or a life-limiting medical condition. And we have a really wide range of medical conditions that we accept. It's about 8 pages long. I won't run through it all, but we do include genetic disorders and neurological conditions. We have, a really exhaustive list of conditions I won't run through, but if anyone has any questions about other conditions other than Rett syndrome, then please do contact me afterwards and I'd be happy to explain that for you. Our age range, we accept applications for children between 5 to 18 at the time of referral. So as long as the application is submitted whilst the child is within that age range, we can deliver the dream. So for example, if you had a young person in mind and you submitted their application a few months before their 19th birthday, that wouldn't be a problem at all if the dream was delivered when they were age 19, as long as they were accepted whilst 18. I hope that makes sense. And then we also have a location criteria. So as a charity, we do focus on areas in the UK that have the highest rates of deprivation and the families within those communities, so we can reach the children who need extra support. And this is done via postcode. So the professional who will refer on your behalf will use an online postcode checker to see in advance of submitting an application whether or not the postcode you live in meets the criteria. So that information is available upfront on our website. And we also have one other criteria, which is your child cannot have had a dream or a wish from a similar wish granting organisation or previously with Dreams Come True. So as I'm sure you're aware, there are lots of children out there who need our support, so we can only offer one dream per child. You'll see at the bottom of the screen there, we also do something called urgent dreams. So these are requests which are time sensitive and medically urgent. So this would apply to any young person in palliative care, for example. These applications don't need to satisfy the location criteria. And we also expand our age range. So these are for children aged 2 to 18 for those medically sensitive reasons. But the referral does still need to come via a professional. So usually when a dream is accepted, there might be a short wait between the acceptance date and the dream starting, whereas urgent dreams would happen immediately. So more about the application process. All applications are submitted via our online portal, which is on our website. So this is a short form which must be completed by a professional involved in your child's care. So this could be someone from school, a nurse, social worker, other support services. So workers from other charities is absolutely fine, as long as they have an understanding of the child, their needs, what their dream would be, and have a close relationship with that family. The portal isn't currently open, but we are hoping for this to reopen in late spring, early summer. Once the portal is open again, it will open at the 1st of each month, and it would stay open until we've reached our maximum number of applications for that month. There will be a tracker on the portal so the professional referring can see how close we are to reaching capacity, so they know how quickly to get that application in. Once the application's been received, we'll be in touch with the referrer to inform them if it's been successful or not, based on our criteria on the previous slide. And once the dream has been accepted, a coordinator will be in touch with the family directly to begin working on that request. Every family will have their own dedicated dream coordinator who will support the family throughout. The best bit is we do all the hard work for you, and we act as a central point of contact for whatever the dream might be. At the start of the dream, there are a few questions to answer with your dream coordinator to make sure we can deliver a special and safe dream. And after that, all you need to do is keep in touch with your coordinator to check you're happy with any arrangements. So what kinds of dreams do we deliver? So we have 4 main types, and I'll run through them all with you now. So the first are home makeovers, and these are bedrooms reimagined by our dream makers. So your dream coordinator, a contractor, and an interior designer. So bedroom makeovers are for the child's bedroom only. So it wouldn't be a communal space, it would be their bedroom, and it would involve decorating the space, which include personalised murals, special light features, buying and assembling furniture, and all of the soft furnishings to make it look really special. We can't do anything structural or that involves building work, but I think you can see from the pictures we still get some pretty great results. We also do garden dreams. So these are garden transformations with play equipment or sensory spaces. So providing the garden is suitable, so there's enough space and the garden is flat and level, we are able to supply and install play equipment like climbing frames, trampolines, or small sensory gardens. We're not able to carry out any landscaping work, which is including decking, paths, fencing, or groundwork, but again, hopefully that gives you an idea of the kind of garden dreams we're able to offer. We also offer getaways, so the first of which are holidays. All holidays have to be in the UK, so we don't do any overseas trips, unfortunately, but it could be anywhere in the UK, like Legoland, see BB's World, Butlins, or a coastal or city break. It's completely up to your family and what your child would enjoy the most. The length of the holiday does depend on where and when you'd like to go, if it is budget permitting, but usually these are either long weekends or 5-day breaks. And another type of getaway is the experience day. So these can be anything from being a zookeeper, a princess, or a pilot for a day, or going to see your favourite sports team or musical performance. Celebrity meet and greets are also included in experience days, and it could be also something related to a special hobby or interest. And our last type of dream type is an equipment dream. We call these small change, big impact, because they aim to improve the lives of children through access to vital equipment and technology. So these choices and these dreams are really popular choices as it covers a huge range of options. So this could be sensory toys, a specially adapted trike, games consoles, iPads, or anything your child might enjoy with lasting benefit. So last slide, just for the boring bit, the good stuff to know. So when you apply for a dream or when you ask a professional to apply on your behalf, you must be in a position to move forward with that dream at the time. So for example, if you would like a bedroom makeover, but you know you're going to move house soon, please only apply once you're in a position to have that dream supplied. We do have an inspiration guide, so what I've just run through is a very quick flavour, just to give you an idea of the types of dreams we can offer. But if there's anything else that's not included, please do speak to us and we'll see what we can make happen, provided it's within one of those main categories. All dreams do have maximum budgets, which are preset. We'll share these with you if necessary when we're looking at options, so that you have you can make informed choices about what you prefer. And just a note on kind of holiday dreams, if any equipment needs to be hired to make the dream safe and comfortable, so you were talking earlier about needing bed rails, we will organise this with you and cover those costs, but it doesn't affect the money available for the dream. So needing equipment won't take away from any other dream experience. And that is all, that's everything. I hope I haven't run through that too quickly. If you do have any questions, please pop them in the chat or reach out to the team using our website or the info@dreamscomtrue.uk.com email address. I hope that's all okay.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Emily. That was really, really helpful, and a lot to digest, lots of different areas that I think our families will find really helpful and also inspiring. I have one very quick question that might have occurred to other people. Is it means tested, the application?
The only test is on location, so as long as your home address is within one of our areas, so I can't give an exact area because it's anywhere in the UK but that happens to be in a higher index of deprivation, so there is a government website we use for that. So it's not means tested on income, but it is tested on a postcode location. Right, okay, and presumably those locations might change over time because, you know, different areas may go up and down, and the government website. Yes, so yeah, absolutely. So the website we use is live, so it does kind of update. I think it usually updates with census data or government reporting data. So, but we're not finding huge discrepancies kind of year to year about that information. But it's a website that you can check yourself. So families can check before they ask their professional to apply on their behalf, or the professional themselves can check at that time to save them filling out a form when it doesn't quite meet the location criteria. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you very much. I'm sure there will be some questions coming to you. Thank you, Emily. Pushing on then, we go to Elaine from Family Fund.
Good morning. I've shared my screen. Can you see it? Hello?
We can't see it at the moment, Elaine.
Hang on. You should be able to now.
It looks like it's coming, yeah.
Great. Technology.
There we go.
That's lovely. Okay, good morning, everyone, and thank you for inviting me. My name's Elaine Pillmore and I'm the Events and Outreach Coordinator for Family Fund. We have started doing face-to-face events as well, so things are starting to pick up. So some of you may be familiar with Family Fund. Today I'll look at what we do, what we fund, how to apply, and our other help. So our purpose is to improve the lives of low-income families raising disabled or seriously ill children and young people. Our mission is to provide items and services to allow all low-income families in the UK raising disabled or seriously ill children that they could not otherwise afford or access. That helps improve their quality of life, realise their rights, and remove some of the barriers they face. And our vision is that all families raising disabled or seriously ill children can have the same choices, quality of life, opportunities, and aspirations as other families. So our helpline answered nearly 130,000 calls from families last year. We provided almost 100,000 grants and services worth over 33 million to families. 2,500 families received urgent help within 48 hours to our urgent referral network. And almost 6,000 services were provided, including information support, digital skills, training and information, and disabled child tax credits. I can talk more about our other help later in the presentation, but as I said, we are going out to events now, so we are offering a lot of information support to families. So we provide grants to families raising disabled and seriously ill children and young people aged 17 and under. We signpost to local and national organisations providing information and support through our helpline and our events. We develop and deliver programmes of support to meet the needs of our children, and we deliver events and information days across the UK so that all resources for families are in one place. And families can apply once every 12 months, right up to the child's 18th birthday. There is a slight caveat to that, which I'll talk about a little bit later in the presentation. So we can consider any request that relates to the needs of the child and will make a difference. Our most popular grants are computers, laptops, tablets, clothing, bedding, kitchen appliances, sanitary toys, specialist items, family breaks. It's all about what would make a difference to a family. So we do like the unusual, and we like families to come along and say, well, actually, this would make a difference to my child. For example, we've helped with a season ticket for a child. We've helped with a skydive for a young person. We once helped with a goat for a child that was allergic to cow's milk. So as long as you can say on the application form what will make a difference and why you want the grant, then we will consider it. And as I say, we do love the unusual. The only things we can't consider is something that's the responsibility of the health authority or the local authority, like wheelchairs or adaptations. So we use our own child and young person eligibility criteria based on the social model. So we've chosen 7 areas, and we ask that your child or young person has a high level of support into 3 or more of the areas, which are personal care, supervision and vigilance, access to social activities, education, communication, therapy and medical treatment, specialist resources used, and the physical environment. And these are on our website, so you don't need to remember them or hastily write them down. And we can help families who are living in England, Northern Ireland, Scotland or Wales and have permanent legal UK residency. You are the parent or carer of a disabled or seriously ill child or young person aged 17 or under, and are eligible for and can send us evidence of either universal credit, child tax credit, working tax credit, income support, income-based job seekers allowance, housing benefit, pension credit, incapacity benefit, or employment support allowance. And your child or young person is not in the local authority care. We did offer an awful lot of increased support through the coronavirus pandemic, and I've left this slide in just to let you know that we got more and more applications from families as the pandemic got worse, and we made it easy for families to apply, as you can see on the slide. We tended to help families more than once every 12 months. Our families that couldn't post applications could email them to us. So how we make awards. If you apply for a holiday, for example, it'll be awarded through either Haven, a company called Inspire, Butlins or Centre Parks. So it's a payment card to redeem in store or online, a product delivered directly from our supplier, a direct payment to the supply provider, or a voucher for a retailer. It's easy to apply. You can apply online, even if you're a first-time applicant. You can download an application form. You can telephone us or email us and we'll send one to you. You can click on apply for a grant on our homepage. So it is so easy to apply. And you can just look at our website, familyfund.org.uk. So our other help, we offer a digital skills program, and it's digital skills training with an iPad accredited trainer, an Apple accredited trainer. It was launched in 2015. During the pandemic, we started doing them online and they were really successful. We didn't think they'd work, but they did. The trainer shared his screen with families and we got more and more families signing up for it. And if you know any families who want to sign up for it, we've got a whole list of workshops on our website. So from movie making to art and design, all sorts of things. They are really, really good. We also offer a program called Your Opportunity. I did say that you can only apply up to your child's 18th birthday, but this is a one-off scheme And it's if a child or young person, if they've gone through all through Family Fund, or even if they haven't, you can apply for a one-off grant between 18 and 24. It's called Your Opportunity. It is on our website, so please do take a look at that. We can only process one application per household, and it's if you've not had a grant in the last 12 months. Same criteria as Family Fund. So for more information, just look at our website. You can sign up on our social media pages, Facebook and Twitter. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much indeed, Elaine. That's really helpful. I know Family Fund cover a whole range of opportunities for children, and that was very useful as well, that extra bit at the end about things for adults, because I know there are some parents of older children and adults watching, and unfortunately a lot of services are geared towards the under 18, so that's that Your Opportunity is very helpful indeed. Thank you. I'm sure there will be questions in for you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Elaine, and we will move on to Emma from Make-A-Wish.
Lovely, thank you so much, Beth. Lovely to meet everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I have a presentation as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. Make sure we've got sound as well. There we go. Hopefully you can all see that. So thank you so much again. I'm Emma. I am obviously a member of Make-A-Wish UK, and I am the referral lead, and our team supports you on the beginning of your wish journey. So just to give you some background on Make-A-Wish, so for those of you that may not know about the charity, we were founded in 1980 in America, and Chris, who you can see on the screen there, was the first child to have a wish granted. Chris was diagnosed with leukemia, and his wish was to be a police officer for the day, and his wish came true with the help of his local community. And from being inspired by Chris's wish, Make-A-Wish UK was established in 1986 just by a small group of volunteers, and since 1986 we've actually granted over 15,000 wishes, which is amazing, and we celebrate on World Wish Day every year in honour of Chris's wish, which is actually next Friday, which is the 29th of April. So I want to show you a quick video if that's okay. So COVID-19 did throw challenges our way, alongside many other charities and organisations, but we were still able to grant a number of different wishes. As we recover from COVID, we have granted some lovely wishes over the last couple of months, and I just wanted to share with you Sophia's wish, which was to have lots and lots of chocolate. So I'm just going to play that now, and fingers crossed the sound will work, so just let me know.
So today we're at Hotel Chocolat School of Chocolate in London, and we are here for Sophia's wish. I'm really looking forward to seeing her face when she sees all the decorations and all the chocolate.
My name's Sophia and I'm 5. This is Zara, Aisha, and these are my sisters. I'm the queen of chocolate because I love chocolate. The chocolate is the best thing I ever tasted. 3, 2, 1. We had lots of fun. We were playing games, and we were designing chocolate. We got to see how chocolate began, and it was a wonderful experience. I made a big mess of the sprinkles because I was using the sprinkles like this. I was like that, and then it went everywhere. It went on my sister's heads. I was wishing if I have a chocolate house, but I made a chocolate house. But I'm gonna eat it when I go home.
She's had this amazing day. She's got these amazing memories for life. What it has meant is that it's given her respite from having to think about the reality of her life-limiting condition.
To see Sophia's wish today has just meant everything to me. Just seeing the happiness on her face and her just going absolutely wild over everything has just been the best feeling as a wish granter. I
love my wishes so much. Thank you everybody for making my wish come true. Love and kisses, Sophia.
So today
that's such a lovely video to watch. So that was Sophia's lovely day to have lots of chocolate with her family. So I just wanted to share with you our values and our goals. So to ensure that the child is in the heart in what we do, we have 3 values and behaviours that we follow in every decision that we make. So our values is to be magical, be inclusive and be inspiring. And in line with those values and behaviours, we have set 4 main goals for the charity. So our first goal is to, our wish is to create joyful memories that have an enduring impact, to ensure that the wish journey creates a lifetime of memories that improve well-being. Our goal 2, our community will create an accessible wish experience for every child. So to ensure that every child who falls within our criteria for a wish has equal access to a wish. Our communities create wish experiences for children and their families. Our goal 3 is to increase our capacity to deliver our goals. So our people, so our volunteers, are equipped, representative and empowered by our decisions. Our processes and systems enable us to do what we do and keep our stakeholders safe. And goal 4, we will grow our income and awareness to ensure that we are able to grant a wish for every eligible child. So the Make-A-Wish UK criteria. So we grant wishes for children and young adults aged between 3 and 17 years old. So we can accept a referral up until the day before the young person's 18th birthday. The child and young adult must be a UK resident and not have had a wish granted by any other wish granting charity. So unfortunately, if Make-A-Wish have granted a wish previously, we would be unable to grant another. So how do you refer to Make-A-Wish UK? So to start your wish journey, we will need to receive a referral from a member of your child's or young adult's health or social care team. It can also be completed by your child's school or a non-profit organisation that you're working with. And our referral form can be found on our website, which is an online application form. So once we receive that referral, a member of the team will get in touch and will request some paperwork, and then they'll be able to go away and make the necessary inquiries to ensure that your child falls within the criteria for the wish. So once we have all of that information, we can then look to explore wishes with the child and the family. You'll also have your very own wish granter who will be doing the magic to make the wish come true. They will be your point of contact throughout granting your wish. And just to confirm that for each wish experience, we do look to include 2 adults and any siblings living with the child under the age of 18. And we're also working with local communities, including volunteers, to help grant a unique and magical wish for each child. So something that is really important for Make-A-Wish is to explore the wish with the child and the family, to get to know you all and to help ensure we are creating something magical and impactful. So to do this, as part of one of our processes, we arrange for one of our wish makers, who are fully trained volunteers, to explore wishes with you all. And this will be classed as a wish discovery. And it's an opportunity for the child to have something just for them and create everlasting smiles and memories. So to help families with exploring wishes, we do have 4 types of wishes to choose from. We have to be, to go, to have, and to meet. The wishes we grant vary from being a princess for the day, to going to see your favourite sporting team, to having a shopping spree, to then meeting your celebrity. So we do look to grant every wish idea, but unfortunately we do have some restrictions on certain wish types, but that can be discussed with your wish maker. So from granting such powerful wishes, we've been able to fully understand the impact a wish can have on a child and a young person. A wish has shown to inspire a child to believe that anything is possible, to help restore relationships, whether that would be with school, family, friends, and to help restore some of the childhood that they may have missed out on due to treatment and surgery. So from our own research that we've conducted, we have learned how a wish has helped bond families together, give confidence to the child, and increase well-being, especially over the last couple of years. And for us to be able to give the child and the family something to look forward to create those special moments and hope for the future that this is what we strive to achieve. So at Make-A-Wish, you may have seen our recent campaign called Light Up the Darkness. So from our own research, we know that there are 63,000 children within the UK who qualify for a wish for Make-A-Wish, and our campaign focuses on our aim to reach those children and the power a wish can have. And I wanted to introduce you to Mikey. So Mikey, who was actually part of the campaign, and I wanted to share with you a quote from Mikey. So Siobhan, she says, children like Mikey have a lot of choices made for them. He's told you've got to have this procedure or you've got to take that medication. But Make-A-Wish made a point of ensuring that the wish was his choice. He felt in control of something. He was the boss who got to decide. He put lots of thought into it and didn't assist him at all. He loved having that independence, and that's what made it so magical. And I've got another video to share with you, if that's okay. So for all the Disney fans out there, I wanted to showcase a wish we granted last year and will be granting again September of this year. With the help of Disney, we brought Disney to the UK, which has just been a truly magical experience. So I just wanted to share with you a quick video of the children and families who was part of that wish last year.
We've not been away together like this before. We've not done a holiday or anything together like a family. We are going to talk about it for the rest of our lives. We are just so fortunate to be granted that wish.
There's no fear at all, just do it. I'm pretty sure if there was a complication for them to get here, Make-A-Wish would be able to help them.
Absolutely jump at it. It's been a fantastic experience. You get to meet all the characters up close, and it's also quite chilled out, but we've done so much as well.
Everything's just gone absolutely smoothly. There's not been an issue at all.
And we had all the experience in Disney brought to UK. Just don't lose this chance.
Just the physical transportation of getting across to Disneyland Paris, you know, the whole idea of that was quite daunting. So being able to come and do this here in the UK has just made it so much more easier as well. And you still get the same experience. You really don't realise just the power that has to help us families.
And just to spend time and not have to worry about anything at all, and just to see the girls' faces as all the surprises come out, it's just been brilliant, absolutely fantastic.
Lovely, so that's our video of Disney UK, and here's just my contact details, so if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Emma. I think that's brilliant. I'm sure there are a few tears over a couple of those videos. Amazing to see those. My family was lucky enough to be nominated for Make-A-Wish by some friends 10 years ago, and we went to Centre Parks for the first time. We'd never been, and it was amazing. And like the lady said there, we're still talking about it. We always will be. And it was just made so easy, and just so easy, like a different experience. So I'm sure a lot of people out there have heard of Make-A-Wish but don't know kind of the ins and outs of the criteria. I just wanted to check one thing. You said you can apply up until the day before a child turns 18. So those criteria for age is based on when you make the application, not when the wish is granted.
Exactly that. Yeah, it's the point of referral. Yeah, so a wish could be granted over the age of 18.
Perfect. Okay. I'm also thinking that having a job title of wish granter is just amazing. I want that job title. It's great. Okay, thank you, Emma. I'm conscious of time. We will move on to Julie at Rett UK. Thank you, Emma.
Thanks, Beth. Just to let you know, I'm in a unique position. I don't have a a presentation. A lot of people will already have heard about Rett UK and what we do from, I was going to say diagnosis, but actually it's pre-diagnosis sometimes, where maybe a family has an idea that their child has got the syndrome, but they haven't had the official diagnosis, whatever that might, whenever that may come. So we're there, we can answer questions, we can signpost to professionals, we can just offer that support in that sort of unknown time. We're also at the end of the phone if once that diagnosis comes, to be able to explain and to reassure people at what is just a shell shock of a moment for them. We're available, most hours. We sort of have business operating hours, but most of the team are available outside of that for families. You can contact us via a telephone, pick up the phone, we're at the end of the line. Messages via email. We're getting loads more referrals through social media now, so through Facebook Messenger, Instagram. However families want to contact and interact with us, we're here for them. And we offer support in the form of the opportunity to talk, but we also offer practical support in terms of providing the family with information about the syndrome, what it is, what it isn't. A lot of medical professionals, I'm afraid, don't really understand the diagnosis and give misinformation or out-of-date information. So we're there to sort of right the wrongs and help people to really understand what that is that they're dealing with. We provide information to professionals that are supporting that family, so they really understand the needs of that child and their responsibilities in making life as good as possible for not just the child but the family as well.
I did just want to quickly ask Julie, I think you were one of the things that I think we've talked about recently was your technology loan scheme that you're doing at the moment that I think families might be interested in.
Yes, yeah. So what we do is we have a number, I think we're up to about 12 now, eye gaze devices of various formats that we have a loan program for, and we can loan that out to families. It's initially for a 6-week period to see how they get on. It can be quite sort of time consuming. So again, it's looking at whether families are able to sort of have the time to sort of invest in that. If it's going really well, we can extend that to 6 months. And so the family have access to eye gaze and all the support around that. So you will be partnered with a regional communication champion that will be there at the end of the phone for you to talk to. They will meet up with you regularly and give you practical tips. So start you right at the very beginning of your communication journey and move you forward that process. The equipment is just going out, so the next loan program will start in October. So if anyone's interested, again, contact me. I can put you in touch with a member of the team and they can sort of talk to you about how you can get on that program, but also what you can do in the meantime. So it's not just all about the eye gaze, although that is really good. It's looking at starting that communication journey with low tech and where to start. And as I mentioned, it's not age specific. We've got ladies in their 30s, 40s, 50s who are using communication and communicating in ways that have astounded everybody around them. So it's certainly something worth getting in touch about.
Okay, thanks, Jo. I think that is really useful because a lot of families are inquiring now about, it's very difficult to get loans through the big companies at the moment, such as Toby. So that's great. And there's no official referral process, that's just get in touch and...
It's really get in touch, then we can talk to you about sort of the level of commitment, because obviously we only have a small pool. We do want families who really understand it is labour intensive, it is you're giving somebody a voice, and how to be able to do that effectively. So there is a sort of, it's not really a criteria, but there's a joint agreement of some families feel that it's too much for them at certain times and they may come back to it in a couple of years if they're facing surgery, or they're going through a particularly difficult time, it may not be right. And it may be a bit later down the road. So there's no formal process at all. Just give us a call and we can put you in touch with the team and you can have a chat and decide whether it's for you. One other thing that we can do, the evidence gathered during that loan period can be used to support application for grants and funding to purchase your own device, because we're providing that evidence for you as part of the programme as well. All right.
Okay, that was great, really helpful. Thanks very much, Julie. Okay, we've got 2 speakers to go, so we will push on to Gabriella, who is talking about variety.
Hi, I'm Gabs, just go with Gabs, it's easier. I work in the Northwest in Variety, but we are a national charity, so we have regions all over the place. I just happen to work in the Northwest and Midlands. I'm just going to share my screen, but I will keep it brief. I know we've had a lot of information. Can we see this? Yeah. Okay, so basically we do a lot of work with other charities and also schools, but I'm just gonna keep it to how Variety supports families, as I think that's probably more relevant for this discussion. But if anyone does want to get in touch with how we support schools or how we can support local groups and charities, please just give me a call. That's a separate a separate division almost. So basically, we are a children's charity. We help sick, disabled and disadvantaged children all over the UK. Our 4 main programs are Sunshine Coaches, which again is done through schools or charities or groups. We provide wheelchairs, which also is sports wheelchairs that we provide. And we provide specialist equipment to families, which includes anything that you can possibly think of that would be a specialist medical equipment, but that also involves things that, you know, furniture that you could get through Argos. So it's a very, very wide ranging criteria. We also do what we call Great Days Out, which is experience days. We are looking at doing residentials, but with COVID, that's being put on hold at the moment, so hopefully that will come back. But again, that is done through schools or charities or groups. So again, if you feel, you know, that's something that maybe our school could do, then again, just contact me and we can go through that as a separate thing, but it's not open to just families. The eligibility is basically very, very broad. It's under 19, so it's, as people have discussed before, it is 18, but we do go up to that 19th birthday. So as long as the application is done before the 19th birthday, we were good with that. As long as you're a UK resident and you have a recognised disability. We go so wide with this. And we also deal with disadvantaged children as well. So as you can imagine, that deals with probably the majority of children in the UK. So we do have a lot of wide ranging eligibility, and there's our 3 main points. So I think everyone kind of falls into those. When applying, we do have a application form. We also require a support letter from a medical professional. The way we like to say is that you and your medical professional, whether that's a OT, a GP, whichever, they are the experts in your child. We aren't. So you tell us what you want. We don't have a list of medical equipment. We don't have a list of anything that a child may need. It's very individual. So you go out, you say exactly what equipment you want, and you basically come to us and say, this is why we need it, with the support of a medical professional and quotes and things like that. Just a brief overview. We do wheelchairs. This is every type of wheelchair. We do electric wheelchairs, manual wheelchairs, sports wheelchairs, every single wheelchair I think we have funded. We don't have any upper limit to our funding. So, you know, we've done wheelchairs for over 20,000. And again, we've done wheelchairs, you know, as it says here, the average is about 5,000. But again, those day wheelchairs, those manual wheelchairs usually run about 3,000. But again, if your child needs some specialist outdoor equipment, you know, that is very specialized for that wheelchair, we do all of that. So there is no upper limit. Equipment grants, we also do. Again, this involves every possible thing that you could think of that your child may need. It could be sensory equipment, and it could be as little as, you know, £100 for some sort of sensory, you know, handheld toy, or it could be up to, you know, 5,000 or something for an entire sensory room. Again, we have no upper limit. It's basically what is needed for your child. As Julie was saying before, we do fund eye gaze equipment. So if that was something that, going back to what she said, if you were loaning it and you decided you needed that for permanently, we can fund that. We do that. Again, there is no list of equipment because it's very individual to your child and your family and what you feel you need. Just going back to the application process, you can apply every single calendar year. So you can potentially, from 1 to 19, you can have 19 applications. And again, with there's no limit on funding with that. So just a few things that we do not fund. We don't fund standard household like couches, things like that. We have funded beds in the past and furniture, as I've said, but again, that will all be individual depending on what that needs. But generally, if it's a standard thing, we usually don't fund it. We don't do garden like normal furniture. We do some outdoor play equipment, but again, it's all very individualized and depending on what that is. But we wouldn't say fund a swing couch or something like that, just so you're aware. We don't do any salaries or therapy costs either, but we can look at funding the equipment for those therapy sessions. We don't do trampolines, things like that. We also don't do technology that is standard technology, so we wouldn't be doing iPads or phones or laptops, things like that. However, if that goes to a specialized software equipment, we can look at funding that. Again, everything is very individualized and variety. So to say that, you know, we don't fund this, there's always kinds of grey areas depending on what you're actually asking for. And as I said, everything is individualized. We do ask for financial information, but it is not means tested. So, you know, I keep saying it, but everything it goes to a committee and it is looked at as an individual case. So if you were asking for something that was a wheelchair for 20,000, that's going to be different financial situation to someone who's looking for a £200 sensory toy. So just keep that in mind, depending on what you're kind of asking for. Our funding decisions we do have about 3 to 4 months waiting list, just when the process, because we do quite a bit of assessments and things like that with the paperwork and stuff. But you're kept involved with all of that. And what we do is once we say we will fund it, we will fund that equipment. So it isn't on a timeline. It is basically once we commit to you, even if we don't have the funds at this point in time, we will commit to that. So you're always going to get that funding. you know, it just may take a while, especially in pandemic situations at the moment. So that's basically an overview of everything. I think I've covered everything. So but again, as I said, it's very individualized. So saying lists and things like that doesn't necessarily help in a sense. But if you come to us, we can usually have a conversation where it's, you know, maybe we can't fund A, B, C, D at this moment in time, but we can look at something, the way we can get around it. So yeah, so it's 0 to 19, and you can come to us, and if you have any questions, you know, about any of our other activities that we do, just give me an email.
Thank you very much, Gabriella. I also meant to say when I introduced you that Variety are actually our neighbours in our Manchester office, not my neighbours, I don't work in Manchester, but to our office in Manchester, they're our neighbours, and they very kindly donated us lots of Easter eggs recently, which we sent out to families, which were very widely appreciated. So we feel like we know you, but I think the flexibility is amazing, and you know, that individual basis, so anyone looking for something knows they can come and have a conversation. I will put all the information, all the links to all the charities in the follow-up email. We are very slightly over time, but it's not too bad considering. And our last speaker is from the Willow Foundation. So hello, Beverly. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Can you share the presentation by any chance, Beth, as I can't share it apparently?
My colleague Wesley has got that presentation, so but if I make you co-host, I think because I wasn't able to make you co-host, you should be able to share it now, Beverly.
No, it's my laptop, not
okay.
Can you share it or not? No,
I think Wesley can share it. Yeah, I sent it to him.
Sorry, apologies.
That's fine. He's opening it up.
Thank you.
With us in a second.
While we are waiting for the presentation, many thanks for inviting me. Really pleased to talk to you. And my background actually is that I'm a paediatric palliative care nurse and have nursed young ladies with Rett's over the years. And I'm very keen to reach out really to as many young people as we can, because the Willow is an organisation for young adults between the ages of 16 to 40. So it was great hearing Emma's presentation, because I think Willow is probably, there are some similarities, some crossover with Make-A-Wish and probably Dreams Come True, but we are for young adults. And my background for a long time has been in transition. And I don't know how many of you work with young adults who are moving from children's to adult services, but to my mind, it's still a little bit of a minefield out there and a big black hole. So I love working for Willow, because I think there are a lot of organisations and a lot of people who help children, but there's not so many for young adults. Oh, just hopefully it will come up. Here we go. Brilliant. So yeah, so I'm from Willow. My name is Bev. I'm one of the medical advisors. Okay, next slide, please. Always feels really rude to say this.
Sorry, 1 second.
That's all right.
Got the dreaded wheel of doom.
Here we go. Okay, so as I've previously said, we work with young adults between 16 to 40. We have to have received their application a day before their 41st birthday. So as long as we've had that application, we can apply, they can apply. I think we've lost the second slide, I think.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
My computer's been very slow. There we go. I'll get it on the right one for you.
Thank you. And basically, we work with any young adults who are diagnosed with a life-limiting, life-threatening condition. I've been with Willow about 3 years now, and when I first came, it was an organisation that predominantly worked with young adults with cancer. But because of my children's hospice background, I've been really keen that we reach out to groups like yourselves, been trying to reach out to MPS Society, Duchenne, SMA. So we are all young adults with life-limiting, life-threatening conditions. As we've heard previously, you have to be resident in the UK. and not previously received support from Willow. If the children have had a wish from Make-A-Wish or Dreams Come True, that's absolutely fine, but we do only give one wish to our young people. Next one, please. Thank you. So what do we do at Willow? Well, the background has been that for pre-COVID, we actually granted all the young adults a special day, which was a tailor-made experiences, as you heard from Make-A-Wish, very much focused on what the young adult wanted to do, what do they like doing, who did they want to go with, how did they want to make these memories. It is only UK based, but they can go on holiday in the UK if they want to. If they might just want to go out for the day and have a special meal. We literally will fund anything in the UK, but very much like Make-A-Wish, it is very much what does the young adult want? What do they enjoy doing? We had a young man recently who wasn't up to going out, but loved cars. So one of the day makers got in touch with some of the local car groups, and I think it was 120 cars came to his house that day. He was in his element. He loved it. He was able to go around and look at them and talk to people. He thought that was fantastic. So obviously the things you know about zoo and safari trips, spa days, city breaks, London, Harry Potter World is always very popular, holiday park breaks. And we've done a lot of photo shoots recently for young adults that are quite poorly and can't get out, but want to have a photo shoot at home. So pre-COVID, we just focused on days. Next slide, please. When the pandemic hit, we realised that actually all these young adults couldn't get out, as none of us could we? So we started a new service, which is called our Special Treats service, which is a personalised gift box that we deliver directly to your door. And although we say we have about 5 different types of boxes, we can actually bespoke that box for the young adult, because what we've recognised recently that some of the young adults that we work with, actually some of the things in are not applicable. And we've been asked quite a lot about multisensory equipment and musical equipment, arts and crafts. So we are now actually tailor making the boxes for the young adults. And as I say, they are sent for the young adult. They can keep it to themselves or they can share it with the family. So they can have a special day or they can have a special treat. Next one, please. So how do you apply? The application has to come from a medical professional, but that can be absolutely any medical professional, doctors, nurses, OTs, physios. It can be a key worker, a care worker. As long as those people can access the medical notes, it really doesn't matter. It used to be doctors and nurses. And again, I thought that was so narrow, and I think it stopped a lot of our applications. Once we've received the application, myself and Elaine, who are both nurses, we just take a quick look at that application, check that obviously they fit our criteria, that they haven't had a wish with Willow before. We then put it through to a team of day makers who I think are incredible. And the day makers then work directly with the young adult or their family to tailor make that day for them, to work out where they want to go, when they want to go. And they've got a year to take their day. We will extend that if they've been really poorly or they're having treatment and they can't take it within the year. So it's not a rigid service. The special treats obviously are really quick. Once we've got the application, we turn it around within 48 hours and the treat boxes are normally there within 5 days. And just while we're talking about treat boxes, yesterday we launched a new service. So I don't know whether any of you run groups for young adults with Rett's, but we are actually providing groups with treat boxes, and this won't stop them having a special day as well. So we've actually gone out to all the children's hospices, all the adult hospices, palliative care providers to say, would you like a provision of these boxes for your group that you can keep and that you can give out? Sometimes coming to a group can be quite daunting. So we thought it might soften the blow. In transition sometimes is really hard when you move through from children's to adult services. So it can be a gift from children's to say goodbye, or it can be a gift from adult services to say, hi, you know, we're not perhaps as scary as you think. So I can certainly email the application form and all the details of that to Beth, so that can be distributed to those of you that might run groups. Okay, next one, please. So this is our website. I'm sure Beth will distribute this later. The email is there for us. That is obviously the generic phone number for Willow. But if you mark your email for the attention of Bev and just say that I presented today, I would love it. Since I've been with Willow, I think I've only ever seen 1 or 2 applications that have come from young people with Rett. I would love to see an increase. I really would. We've got funding for rare diseases, and I just don't think we tap into that enough. So it would be great if following this, we had a lot more applications. So I won't talk anymore. I'm sure everybody's keen to go and have their lunch, but thank you for asking me.
Thank you so much, Beverly. I think that was really, really helpful, and I hope that between us and Rett UK, we can get you some more referrals. I definitely think that these experiences for adults with disabilities are just not as well known about. We actually, it was suggested to us to invite you by a parent with an adult with Rett syndrome who's had a Willow special day experience, which is how we got in touch. But I think a lot of people know about the children's services, but much less, as you said, about the services for adults. So I think that's really useful. My daughter is 15, so I will bear you in mind for.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Get it in just as she's coming up to 16. And if Julie from Rett UK, I mean, if we could put an article in any of your newsletters or anything, that would be fantastic to spread the word, or anybody who's on the call that would like us to write anything or talk to anybody. I am really, really keen that we reach out to these young adults that haven't got cancer, because there's an awful lot out there for young adults with cancer, but there's not so much out there for young adults with non-cancer conditions. So please contact me, spread the word for us.
We absolutely will. Thank you, Beverly. I will definitely be in touch. We can put something in our quarterly newsletter and get it out.
We're happy to do the same as well. So yeah, if anyone wants to drop us something, then we're happy to do that.
Thank you.
Right, there aren't any questions that we haven't already answered. We did end up taking a few as we went along in the chat box. I'm sure that once this is circulated to all the people who signed up and then onto YouTube, we might get a few more questions. But I'm very conscious that we've gone a bit over time and that you've all given a lot of your morning to us. So I think just thank you so much to all our speakers for today. That's been really, really helpful. And I think we've got some practical advice and tips that we can share much more widely to our families. So thank you all very much indeed. To attendees, you will get the follow-up email with all the links, all the email information, and also information about our upcoming sessions in May. So thank you very much, everybody, for your time, and have a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.